Great morning and welcome to today, where all of your dreams have the possibility of coming true. I'm Coach Carla, and the purpose of my podcasts are strictly to uplift, empower, and encourage. And if these words do that for you, then right on, because that is my intention every day. So I speak from where I am every day and how I feel, because sometimes it's like when a lot of us have, like, we read a lot of self-help or improvement and empowerment books, or we're trying to make the drastic changes in our lives, and we'll go check out seminars, or wherever you get that spiritual food from or you're nurturing from, we go and we get filled up, and then we step back into our lives away from it, and it seems that we don't continue to do it, or it falls off. And so the purpose for me was to do the practical application and how we apply the principles, whatever your principles are, into your everyday life. So it doesn't have to stop once you leave your support group. And I'm going to use that to be inclusive of every, being, if you're a church person, if you're a spiritual person, if you're no person, however you believe, it doesn't really matter, because all we all really want are results. But what I wanted to do, my purpose here, was to speak about how when things come up for me, the places that I go to find my solace, to do the practical work. And that can be from being in a funk, and how do you deal and keep focus on your dreams when you get in a funk? How do you deal when your bank account says one thing and your bills are saying something else? How do you deal? If your kids are, driving you nuts and you love them, but it's like, how do I deal? And my mother told me, years ago, that there's only one way to eat an elephant, and that's one bite at a time. So when moments come up from you, or come up for you and from you, the one thing that I am very conscious of is I know when there's something happening inside of me. So first is recognition. Recognizing that there's absolutely something going on within me, and how do I deal with it? And sometimes it's just doing nothing, because you don't want to muddle it, because sometimes when you're in that space, when you try to do something, it muddles it even more, which makes it even bigger. And then you get that snowball effect where it keeps building and building. So sometimes the best thing, I believe, to do is just to be still in that. Feel that moment, as tough as it may be. I'm not saying it's easy, but as tough as it may be in that moment, because that, to me, is the period where you're absolutely growing, and it's seeing where you are. If you're a reactive person and you react to situations, that kind of impounds what's going on, and it looks crazy sometimes, I'm telling you. But if you pull back and just take that moment, it's going to pass. It's going to pass. And if you get the lesson from it, when you get out of it, it's going to be like, wow. You'll be able to clearly see the purpose of that experience for you. And if you can't see it, that's okay too. But just know that as you grow, you are going to have experiences all the time. When it comes to your children, sometimes you just have to stop and say, you know what, whatever. Whatever. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, because what you want is, you want to have your sanity, and to react or respond to someone else's seemingly insanity is insane. So I'm going to continue on this path on my next podcast, but today I'm going to, because it's a 5-minute podcast and I like to stick to that. So it's just like, I want to give you something, think about it, and we'll continue the next day. So before I close, I'm going to read just a cert from I Am the Way. It's by Jack and Cordelia Addington. And what I do is I just randomly open a page and I read the thought for the day. Let it sit with you, marinated, marinate in it, and we'll go from there. Okay? So the thought is God is creative energy. I am sustained by that creative energy of life. I'm going to read that again. God is creative energy. I am sustained by the creative energy of life. Go on and dream. Dream big. Dream long. Dream, dream, dream. And remember, life is good. Thank you and have a great day.